All right, let's see if I can do this. Hey there, Internet Best Buds, welcome back to the channel. As always, I'm Ray, and today we're gonna be looking at Maleficent Mistress of Evil. Try not to use my phone this time. Going completely off the cuff, which is why I'm not wearing any cuffs. Did I plan on seeing this movie this past weekend? Sort of. Did I want to see Jojo Rabbit? Yes, I did, but they weren't showing any nearby. Did I want to see Zombieland 2? Yeah, but my wife doesn't consider my opinions, so went and saw this. I'm just kidding, we're seeing it next weekend. Don't get mad, Amanda. But while I have you here at the beginning of the video, definitely go down and subscribe so you can stay up to date with all the videos that I do put out. And my question in this video is, do you guys think I own that many shirts? Because I feel like I wear this shirt in like half my reviews. Let me know down here. Queen Aurora decides to marry a prince from a faraway land and ignites a war between the humans and the magical creatures, while Maleficent discovers more about her own species and some of her past. I guess that's a good enough summary. That took me a lot longer than I thought it would. I'm trying to just make something up from here. So this movie, I think kind of a mixed bag. I'm not gonna sugarcoat this one. I'm not a huge fan of all the Disney live action interpretations, despite the fact that I gave Beauty and the Beast a 9, and looking back, I think that was a very gross over rating of the film. Let's start with my positives, because I do have some. Angelina Jolie, Michelle Pfeiffer, and Elle Fanning, all really good. I like them in the movie. They did a great job. I really like Michelle Pfeiffer as the evil queen, up until literally like the last scene she's in where she becomes kind of cartoonish. But up to that point, she was pretty, intimidating. Angelina Jolie, really good job in the movie. I really liked her. I still can't get over some of the prosthetics they put on her, like the cheekbones, they freak me out, okay? And honestly, I really liked when her hair was down and she had the horns. I thought that was really, really cool character design. I thought she looked pretty, okay? Sue me, thought she looked pretty. Some of the CG monsters look pretty cool. They're not gonna hold up in a few years, but most of them looked pretty good, I think. Although I feel like a lot of people are giving Dolores Umbridge a pass in this movie. I'll never forgive her. She's not a nice person. I did think that the majority of the cast did a good job with their performances. I didn't really have a negative as far as those go. I actually really liked the Crow henchman, or second in command to Maleficent. He was pretty cool. I don't know his name. I'm not gonna look it up. There's a really cool battle at the end, which has some things that confuse me, and I'll get into that. But overall, it was a really cool battle during the day where you have like all the, I think they're called Dark Fae, which is what Maleficent is. They come in and then they're attacking the humans who are shooting them with like bullets and red smoke, and it was really cool. There's also some really dark stuff in here. I was pretty surprised when there's basically like a gas chamber scenario going on. Was not expecting that in a Disney film. Can you stop? Can you stop? No, stop that. Stop that. It's review time. Stop. I really like the whole design of the kingdom. The whole aesthetic between, I think it's called the Moors, which is like the forest kingdom, and then Olmsted, I think the human kingdom. Human kingdom was gorgeous. It was really cool looking. I especially like during the daytime. Really weird design. Like there's some really tall towers they got in there. Like I don't understand the architectural reason for it. Very odd. All right, I think that was all my positives. Pretty sure. Let's do some negatives. A lot of the movie, especially in the beginning, dark, like set at night. I don't like it. Yes, I can't see at night. I have a hard time with dark movies. Apologies, I have a disability. It's a lot in the dark and at night. I personally didn't like it. There's also two elements that stand out to me that did not make sense to me at all with how they set them up. The first being that Maleficent, they say she's the only one with powers, or they lead you to believe that, but then Ajax from Deadpool over here, he's like going like this at one point when they're flying in, and there's vines creeping up. So I'm like, okay, he's got magic powers, so some of them have magic powers now. The second thing that stood out to me, they have this red smoke that when they throw it at the magical creatures, it takes away the magic. So there's these giant tree ant looking dudes. They get hit with the red smoke, they just become trees. There's some dandelion looking dudes. They get hit with the smoke, they become dandelions. But for some reason, when it hits the Dark Fae, which they're not really magical creatures, they're just like humans with wings, I guess. I don't know. It's not really explained, but they just die? Sure. I don't know. I didn't read up on my Disney before watching this. Probably important to say, if I haven't already, that I haven't seen the first movie. Who knows, maybe this is explained. I don't know. Also, everything wraps up really easily. I don't want to get into spoilers with a particular thing that just doesn't make sense from a marital perspective between a king and a queen, but there's a lot of like in classic fairy tale form, I guess, when there's a marriage that happens, two characters that you wouldn't expect give each other like, you know, a little wink and a nod, like, oh, hey, what's up? Like, you're cute, let's end up together. I think they do that like 3 or 4 times at the end. It was just like unnecessary, I thought, like to have it that many times. I'm trying to think what else in regards to this movie did I like or not like. Oh, and another thing that doesn't really make sense to me personally, I guess they retconned everything as far as Aurora and the fact that she's an X-Men now, because not only is she clairvoyant, because there's a scene where the prince proposes to her and he goes back to his kingdom, and then his mother's like, oh, we'll have a wedding, everyone's invited. And then the next scene, which clearly didn't take place that long after, clearly not long enough for him to, you know, travel there and back again, Hobbit's Tale by Bilbo Baggins, but the scene takes place and Maleficent flies down and she's like, by the way, mother, everyone's invited to the wedding, all the moorfolk, or whatever the woodland creatures are called. I'm just like, nope, how are you supposed to know that? Come on. And then another thing is, apparently she's also the Flash, because there's a scene where she's in this big courtyard during the big battle, and Ajax flies off, and he lands on a tower, and as soon as he lands on a tower, overlooking, you know, a battle between Maleficent and Catwoman, Aurora just runs up the stairs. And it blew my mind. I'm like, how did you get up there that quick? Huh? How'd you do it? Using the Speed Force? And the last thing I want to talk about is that there's a fair amount of predictability in the movie. They reference a giant creature in a portion of the film, and then something happens, and you know what's gonna happen because it's predictable. God, I hope this review turns out okay. I just don't have the motivation to sit down and write a whole outline out. In the end, I thought the movie was pretty good. I probably won't ever see it again just because there's nothing that really draws me to it, but it's not bad by any means. It's definitely worth a watch if you have a small child, or if you have a motherly bond with someone else. Maleficent Mistress of Evil gets a 7 out of 10. I'll let it squeak across the 7 line. All in all, not a bad movie. I'm never gonna watch it again. There's just nothing that really draws me to it, but it's not bad. I imagine it's a good follow-up to the first Maleficent, and I've heard good things from reviewers and movie pundits that saw the first one and they said they really like this one, so I guess it's a step up. But I'm just not gonna watch them ever again. That's just me personal. You might like it if you like Disney, like Amanda does. I'm gonna put a little spoiler tag up here. And then when this is off, there's no more spoilers. Why didn't she turn into a dragon? They turned her into a phoenix. Why? Why not just make her a dragon? For once. That's what we all want. Just make her a dragon. No more spoilers. So that's my review for Maleficent Mistress of Evil. Hey, it's not bad. It's a fun time at the theater. I enjoyed it. Again, it wasn't my first or second choice to see this weekend, but you know, apparently Jojo Rabbit's a limited release, so I'm gonna have to deal with that. As always, thanks for watching the video. It means great to continue to watch the videos that I do put out. Like I said at the beginning, go down and subscribe so you can stay up to date with all the videos I do put out. Give the video a like, share it with a movie-loving friend, and let me know down in the comments if you think I own more than like 3 shirts, according to all the thumbnails I've got. Thanks for watching, everybody. See ya. I actually think that came out pretty good.